started. First off, we want to welcome you guys to the webinar. We appreciate you coming. This webinar is for the article reviews. So what we're doing today is we're going to be taking articles that have been submitted by customers, and we're going to go through and review those articles on an individual basis, talk about what is really good in the articles, offer some suggestions of what can be done to improve the articles, and then we're also going to be answering any questions. So you'll notice in the webinar tool that you have, there is a section where you can ask questions. Please feel free to ask questions throughout the presentation today. I've got Kelly on with me today, so I'm Troy Howard, and I'll be kind of running the webinar today. Kelly, who is our, I like to call her the Master of Marketing, works with us, is on as well. So while I'm going through the articles, if you have any questions, you can put those through the webinar tool, and Kelly will be answering the individual ones back to you. Or she may save some of the questions that are pertinent to everyone, and we'll try to answer those towards the end so that everyone can get the answers to some of the more popular or more pertinent questions that affects everyone. So we will go ahead and get started. You'll see on the screen here what we've done is we've got the articles, we've just dropped them into a Google Drive here so that we can edit them on the fly. You guys can see the changes we're making, and we'll give you suggestions along the way. So the first article we have here is from Harriet, and she is from ABC Oriental Rugs. And she put together a great article for us today. So we'll just kind of go through the different components and talk about what's good, what can change, and any ways that we can improve it. So we'll start with the title of the article because that's always the very most important part of the article. And the reason why that's the most important part is because that's the first thing that the search engines are going to see. It's also the first thing that a visitor to the website is going to see, and additionally it's one of the things that our system uses to automatically do the search engine optimization of the page. So the titles are extremely important. As you can see here, Harriet's title is Respected Oriental Rug Cleaner Warns Syracuse, New York Consumers. Beware of chemically washed rugs. Great title. The only thing that I might change on this is maybe just the length a little bit. It is a little bit longer, and it's important to remember that the article title is also what's going to create the page title, and there's only so many characters that you can have in a page title. So you always want to make sure that if you have a longer title, that you have your important keywords and your city and state towards the very beginning of that title, because you want those keywords and city-state to be found not only in the title but in the page title that the search engines are going to see, and also in the URL that the search engines are going to see. So for example, she did a good job here with the Respected Oriental Rug Cleaner. Those are her keywords that she's going after with this article. Warns Syracuse, New York Consumers. The only way that I would maybe change this is I would probably come in here and put the city and state closer to her keywords. So we'd say Respected Oriental Rug Cleaner in Syracuse, New York, and then we can put the warns right here. So now you can see what I've basically done is I've kept my city and state very close to the keywords that I want to rank for. And that's important to do. So as close as you can get them is the best way to go. And then the rest of this title is great. A user is going to see this. It's probably going to get cut off somewhere around in here when it comes to the URL, which is fine because we have our most important part that's going to be included in the page URL. So here we have a really good title. You come down below that, again, she's got, beware of chemically washed rugs, which is great. It's going to capture the reader's attention. And as we go through the article, she did a really good job. There's tons of great information in here, and we'll hit just a couple of high points. One thing that I would do a little bit differently here, and it's just an addition. It's not that something was done wrong, but right here where she has this great title, Choose an Experienced Rug Cleaner, this is a great spot to get your city and state back into the article. Because again, whatever our keywords are in the title and our city and state are in the title, we want those to show up in the content of the article at least 2 times, or at least a variation of our keywords with the city and state. So the keywords are respected oriental rug cleaner. Here's a close keyword set to that, experienced rug cleaner. So what I would do is I would add on to that, choose an experienced rug cleaner in Syracuse, New York. It still makes sense in the context of the actual article, but it gives you one more time for the search engines to go, yes, what I need to rank this website for is, rug cleaner in Syracuse, New York, or experienced rug cleaner in Syracuse, New York. So if we go down through the rest, you can see, again, she's got great keywords in here, professional rug cleaner. She could put in Syracuse, New York right there, or we can save it for a little bit farther down. She's got her company name in there, which is good. And again, she's got great content. One thing that I really like is that she used bullet points here. Bullet points are really good for web content or short lists because it's very easy for people to scan through the article and get the gist of what the article is about and what the important parts are. Because what we found and what research has shown is that most people won't read an entire article on a website. A lot of times they'll read some of it, skim it, read a little bit more, just to get the information out of it. So if you're trying to get a point across and you want to stand out, a great way to do that is like a bullet point or slash mark or something like that. Create a list that they can go down very quickly. So she did a really good job there. As we go down farther through the article, you can see that this is actually a very long article with lots of information. So she's got types of chemical treatments. She's got a whole other section on how do you know you have a chemically washed rug, and gives some great information there. And then she has her company name back down here, and she has a great plug for herself. The professionals at ABC Oriental Rug can advise you about any of the rugs you bought, you brought to our plant for cleaning purposes. The only thing we're missing probably one more use of her keywords. So what I would do is I would include them down here in that last little part. So what we could probably do is we could change this to the professional rug cleaners, and we could do at ABC Oriental can advise you on any of the rugs brought to our plant. Or we could even, another way we could do it is we could do professional Syracuse rug cleaners at ABC. So now we've got keywords and we've got our city in there. So that's a pretty good combination of our city, state, and our keywords at ABC. And again, it makes sense in the article. And then what we can do is we could take those keywords and we could do a link. So if we look right here, and again, you're going to be doing this in the post place, not in a Google Docs, but it's very similar. I would take these words right here, professional Syracuse rug cleaners, and I would highlight them just like you see here, and then I would click the link button, and the link button looks the same in the post place, and then it's going to pop up a box where I can put in the link to her website. So that's right here. I would just paste in the link to her website, and that would give us a link going to her site. So example, I'm just going to click this one for now because we're not actually going to use this. But you can see how it created a link there. But you would want to do the link to your site. And preferably, you would want to do it to a page on the site that is relevant. So, you'd want to go to a page that talks about, cleaning Oriental rugs, or the processes, whatever it may be. You want to make sure that it's that, let's say, you're not linking this link to a carpet cleaning page on your website if the whole article is about rug cleaning. So again, a great article. The other thing I wanted to point out real quick is if we look at it here, we can do a word count, and there are 916 words in this article. That's a lot of words. So what we believe and what Google has kind of said is that an article really needs to be between about 200 to 500 words minimum. And you don't want to go below 200. Closer to 300 is even better if you can get closer to 300. But 300 to 500 is a great range. It gives them enough content that they can index the page and find value in the page and understand what you want it to rank for. So in this case, with such a great article that she's written here, she could post this article as it is with 900 and something words, or if there's a good section, a good break, she could actually break this article into maybe 2 different articles and do one article and then do a follow-up article, the next day that gives the rest of the information. So the value there is that you're going to have 2 pages that can be indexed on your website instead of 1. You're going to be able to go after 2 different keyword phrases instead of 1. So you're stretching. You're just basically stretching your content a little bit farther. So again, it's not bad to have over 500 words. That's not a bad thing at all. She's got great, wonderful content in here. But if she was, wanted to stretch it out a little bit farther and get a few more posts out of it, she could absolutely do that without having a problem with Google. So again, we've hit kind of the key points here. We have a good title, we have the keywords, we've got her city, state, and keywords in the content, and then of course, as we all know, we have the link down here, which is very important to have, that goes back to your website. So overall, Harriet did a great job on this article that she submitted. So good job, Harriet. We'll go on to her next article. So we will get rid of this one here, and here is her second article. This is, as you can see, urine on Oriental rugs, 2 steps to take away or take right away from experienced Oriental rug expert in Syracuse, New York. Again, a little bit longer title, which isn't a bad thing as long as we get our keywords in the right spot. So what I would probably do is maybe change this title up a little bit, and I would say maybe take this, the experienced Oriental rug expert, and I would move this towards the front, and then maybe say teaches what to do if you have urine on Oriental rugs. So again, the majority of this is going to get knocked out as far as when it comes to the URL, which is fine. But I have my major keywords right at the front, towards the very front of the article. So that's what I want Google to focus on. So that's maybe the way I would change that up a little bit. So again, if we look at overall at this article, she's got a fair amount of content, which is good. I believe if we take a look here real quick, the word count comes out to 669. So that's fine. She potentially could split it into 2 if there was a nice easy break between the 2. But if not, it's an absolutely fine length to have. We'll go down through here a little bit. And I'll pull out some of the things. Again, she's got a nice list that's very easy for people to follow. It draws their attention. What we don't have, or what we're missing kind of up here towards the top, is we're missing, again, her keywords with her city and state. So what we want to do is we want to find a spot in here that makes sense. And adjust it a little bit. So we could maybe look at the titles. Titles are always really good places to go. So you have urine on Oriental rugs, some important don'ts. What we could do is right here, add in Syracuse, New York. so that we're defining, again, if someone was searching for, urine on their Oriental rugs, and then Google would know if they're in Syracuse, New York, to pull this page up. And so that's one spot there. Again, she's done a good job with making the article look very good, very professional. We'll come down a little bit farther, and so we've got, if all else fails, call ABC. So she's got a call to action here, which is good. And then she's got some information about what they do, which is great. And she has another call to action, to give them a call. So the only thing we're really missing is one more place where we have their keywords with the city and state. So what we can do is, if we can't find something in the content that really makes sense, let's see, please fill out the form below. So she actually had an opt-in that she included with her article below, which is really good. If you'd like to get in touch with us or combine experience of over 100 years of cleaning and repairing Oriental rugs, is just an email or phone call away. So what I would probably do here is I would do cleaning and repairing Oriental rugs in Syracuse, New York. And again, I would take those words, I would highlight them, and I would insert a link. So in here, we would again put, her URL and link it. And again, we can link to a specific page, or we can link to the home page, as long as it's a relevant page on her website. So there we go. Now we've got a great article. We've got our link in there. We've got our keywords throughout the article, and we've got a title that's going to work. Again, it's a little bit longer, but if it's longer, we just need to make sure that we put our keywords towards the front of the title. So here's another great article with just a few minor changes for Harriet. Okay, the next person we're going to do is David from Allergy Relief Cleaning. And David in this article is targeting Vaughan, Ontario, and he does carpet cleaning services. So you can see right off the bat, he did a very good job with his title, Vaughan, Ontario Carpet Cleaning. And one thing that you can do when it comes to varying your titles is you can put your city and state after your title. You can put your city and state before your title. Google looks at both of them and will recognize them a little bit different. So it's fine to do that because some people will type in Vaughan, Ontario Carpet Cleaning versus Carpet Cleaning Vaughan, Ontario. So you can mix it up that way, and that's absolutely fine. So you did a good job here. As far as length, we'll take a look at the keyword count. Okay, so keyword count 356. So great job on that. He's right in the sweet spot, as we call it, from there. And overall, the content looks very good. You can see right here, he talks about clean your carpets regularly in Vaughan. So he's got keywords that are relevant to the business that are attached to his city and state. So that's a good job. As we go through the rest of the article, he's got additional keywords, professional quality carpet cleaning. Let's see what else he's got. You can have clean your carpets right there. He talks about right here again, professional carpet cleaning in Vaughan. So another great use of his keywords. And again, remember the search engines, we have to train them like a dog. It takes repetition. And that's why we're putting these keywords with our city and state throughout the article, because again, you're not dealing with a human, you're dealing with a computer, and the computer can just analyze. All it can do is analyze what it sees on the page. So by showing the computer 2 or 3 different times that I want to be ranked for keywords like professional carpet cleaning in Vaughan, eventually the computer's going to pick it up and go, okay, I get it. I understand what you're telling me, and it will do it. So great job there. Goes down a little bit more. And then right down here at the bottom, he has our hours for Vaughan, Ontario carpet cleaning are from 7 a.m. to 10. So again, he's got a great use of his keywords, and he did the link correctly. So he used Vaughan, Ontario carpet cleaning, and we can see the link right here. So if I click on that, that's going to take us right to his services page. So, and again, that page is talking about carpet cleaning services, so that's perfect. It's a relevant page, so that's a great link. He did that just perfect. He also has, again, his company name in here, and he's got his phone number in there, you know, so that people have it there immediately. Again, remember on your website, you know, we always suggest that you have your phone number right at the top of the website, so that no matter what page you're on, they can call you immediately, no matter where they're at on the website. But it's not bad to put it in the content as well. It's a good thing. And then the other thing is, you'll see right here, he actually did include one of our opt-in boxes on the bottom of this page. So he had an opt-in with a call to action requesting that they fill out their information for, you know, a special or a service or some sort of an offer. So it's always good to have an opt-in to try and get them to give their information to you. And he had that. We just can't show it in the Google Docs here. The other thing he had, which we couldn't show you in the Google Docs, was he had a great picture that he uploaded with his article. So it's always good to have a picture with your article. We're going to go and look over here real quick and see what he's got. You can see here's one of his other articles. He's got a great picture here, you know, what's lurking in your mattress. It's engaging, and then you can see he's got an opt-in form down here. So the great thing about the pictures is as this information is syndicated out through the social media sites, there's a good chance that the search engines, or not search engines, sorry, the social media sites like Facebook could very well pick this picture up and put it in like your Facebook post. So it makes your Facebook post a little bit more engaging when people are seeing it in their Facebook news feed. So that's why I always suggest, you know, if you've got a picture and it's a good picture, it's a relevant picture, put it in there because it's just going to make everything look a little bit more professional. So David did a really good job on that right there. So overall, excellent article by David. He did a really good job. There's really nothing that I would change on this other than the only thing I noticed is one little spelling error there that we could fix. So it's always good to write your articles in a separate document, either a Word document or, for example, you could use Google Docs like we're using here. That way you can do a spell check, you can do a grammar check, and just make sure that there's nothing in there, you know, a little mistake. I know that was just a keystroke error right there that caused the T to be missing. So it's just a nice thing to do right before. Plus the other benefit is that when you're posting your article, and I've done this myself a million times, I go to post an article, I got my content in there, and I forgot to put a title. And I hit submit, and what does it do? The Postplace gives me an error and says that the title is a required field. Well, now I got to go put my article back in. So if I had just typed my article into the box, then I got to retype everything again. So if I create my articles somewhere else, then I can just come back, copy this content, paste it back into the Postplace, and I'm good to go. You know, it's only a few seconds. It doesn't take too many times of submitting on the Postplace and not putting in all the information for you to go, oh, I'm never going to do that again. So again, a Google Docs is a great way to do it. The other nice thing about it is you can save copies of your articles and have them, you know, historically what you did when you did it, as well as you're going to see it on your site. So overall, David did a great job on this article. Okay, so we'll close that one out. We'll go to David's second article. His second article is titled "Kid-Friendly Carpet Cleaning," and I think I can never pronounce it. I think it's Mississauga, Ontario. If I killed it, David, I'm totally sorry. But it might be Mississauga. I'm not sure. But anyways, up in Ontario. So again, this is a great title. He's got his carpet cleaning keywords that are his most important. He's got his area that he's targeting. And what he did is he put on a descriptor in the front. As we've talked about in previous webinars and training videos, you can't just post the same title over and over and over and over again. You know, so I can't just type carpet cleaning Mesa, Arizona, carpet cleaning Mesa, Arizona, carpet cleaning Mesa, Arizona. Google's not going to like that. They're not going to find value in that. So, but there's only so many keywords for your industry. I mean, there can be a lot. You know, we've put together lists for carpet cleaners that are in the 11,000 range, for cleaners in the 10,000 range. There are a lot of keywords out there, but you know, you've got your maybe top 10, 20, 30 that are really important to you, and you want to use them over and over again, but you can't just do it by itself. So the great way to take care of that is use a descriptor like David did here on the front. So he did kid-friendly carpet cleaning. Well, that's different to Google than just carpet cleaning. And again, you can just switch out those descriptors, you know, affordable carpet cleaning, discount carpet cleaning, professional carpet cleaning. You can change the word from carpet cleaning to carpet cleaner, so it could be kid-friendly carpet cleaner. That's a different title. Google will see that differently. So that's how you can kind of switch out. We actually have a webinar where we talk about, you know, how to write killer articles. And in that webinar, we give you kind of a diagram of how to successfully switch up your titles. And it has a column with the descriptors, it has a column with your keywords, and then it has a column with descriptors that can be used after the word. And you just rotate through those. You just pick, you know, kid-friendly carpet cleaning, you know, and then you could do carpet cleaning reviews, carpet cleaning coupons. Again, all of those are different titles by just adding and changing the words on the front, the words on the back. So he did a great job with that. I just wanted to share that with everyone because I know some people struggle and they're like, oh man, I can't come up with more titles. Well, that's how you do it. Okay, so going through his article, again, he's done a great job getting his keywords throughout the article. You can see he focuses on, you know, a lot of allergy stuff and carpet cleaning to help allergies, so he's got that in there. He's got, again, his keywords, kid-friendly carpet cleaning right there as well. If we go down a little bit farther, again, you can just see that he's got carpet cleaning and cleaning your carpets all throughout the article. He's got some capitalized words to draw some attention. He talks about allergy cleaning, which again is kind of what he focuses his services on. And then he has down here his link again to where he's using his keywords, kid-friendly carpet cleaning services. Again, it doesn't have to match exactly, you know, but you want it to be very close. So the only change I would make here is I probably would have added, you know, in, and we'll just grab his city there. So what I would have done on this is I would have just maybe done the link through, added that on there, and done the entire link there. So you can see now I just switched that up. So it's kid-friendly carpet cleaning services in his area. And again, the reason why we do that is Google's going to read the words that make up the link, they're going to follow that link, and then they're going to compare the content on that page to make sure it's relevant to what you said it was. By giving them keywords in the link, the hyperlink, instead of just giving them a URL, you're telling them this is what you're going to find when you get to this next page. And if they confirm that, hey, that is what I found, then they're going to give you a few extra bonus points for that, which is going to help you move up in the search engines. The only other change I would make on this was probably just in, you know, one more area of this article. I would have added in the city and state. So we can just look and find a good place where he's using his keywords. Let's see. So right here, another benefit of kid-friendly carpet cleaning. And there he goes. So he's got his keywords again there one more time. Doesn't have to link them, but he's just got them there, and he's got his city-state connected with them. So that's going to add a little more value. And then, of course, he also had a great picture with this article, which was awesome. It was relevant. And then he did an opt-in at the bottom. So overall, again, David, this is a stellar article. As far as if we look real quick on word count, I think he's going to be right in, yep, 344 words. So perfect. This is a great article with just, like I said, just a few little tweaks to make it a little bit better. It would rank on the way he did it, but this will make it rank a little bit faster and a little bit better. So great job, David. All right, we'll go on to the next one, which is Zev from Squeaky Clean. And here is the article that Zev submitted to us. Now you can see, again, Zev did a very good job on his title, Best Residential Cleaning, West Palm Beach, Florida. And then he repeated his title down here, which is fine. You can absolutely do that. That's not a problem at all. In fact, a lot of times that'll show up on like the Facebook post. It'll show up there as the title of the Facebook post, which is great. So if we go through his content here, he's done a great job. It's very informative content. You can see right here, he's got, the only thing, this is one thing that I might change, is you can see he's got residential cleaning Boca Raton, Florida, right there, but the article is about Palm Beach, Florida. So what I would probably do here is I would just change this to Palm Beach. And the reason why is because, especially in the beginning, when you're writing articles and you're wanting the search engines to index you and start to rank you higher, you need to be very specific with them. So I always suggest that you focus, an article is focused on one city, because you don't want to cause any confusion with the search engines. You don't want them going, wait, am I supposed to rank this for West Palm Beach or Boca Raton? I'm not sure. So, consistency is kind of important, especially in the beginning. So I would just change that. It wouldn't have killed the article, but it's just something that's going to, help a little bit. The other thing you'll notice is there's a couple of, little grammatical errors or spelling errors in here. So again, using like Google Docs or Microsoft Word, something to spell check and grammar check is a great way to do it. Because again, it looks like, right here, he just accidentally hit the L, and it misspelled that word. So always, if you can put it in, spell check it, and then post it, that's great. And again, some of these are fine. It's just Google might have some suggestions about it. Right here, again, it was just a spacing issue right there. So you can easily fix those by using some sort of a software to help you do that. The other thing, as we come down through the article, again, he's got Best Residential Cleaning, West Palm Beach, so that's a great job. He uses keywords again. And then as we come down, you can see here he put in a link to Snopes.com. We'll talk about that for a little bit, linking. You can link to other websites in your article, but I always suggest that you do it sparingly. And the reason why is because a link is an exit on your website. It's a door, basically. And when the search engine is coming through and it's reading all of this content and it gets down here, this is what it's going to see. It's going to see, hey, wait a minute, there's a door here and I can go to Snopes.com. Now, it has to make a decision. Do I follow this link and go over to this other website, or do I ignore it and continue indexing the rest of the pages, the rest of the page? Now, in this case, he did a good job in that he didn't put this link towards the top. You can imagine if that link was up here, let's say it was right here, the search engines would come down, they'd read this content, come in here, here, and if they hit that link right here, now they might exit, they might leave this page before they ever index any of this content down here. And that's terrible. You don't want that to happen. So if you are going to link to somewhere else in your article, do it towards the bottom of the page so that the majority of your page gets indexed. And the second thing is just think about, make sure that there's a real reason to link over to that page. Because if they do leave your site, A, you're not getting everything indexed, and B, you're basically telling search engines, check this out, this is important. You know, so you're taking what we call Google Juice, that value that gets you to the top of the search engines, and you're saying, hey Google, check this out, give it a little bit of juice. So you're helping them out, it's not helping you out though. So there's no value to you from a search engine optimization and a ranking perspective by linking to someone else. So just be careful with your links. I'm not saying you don't do them ever, but just be careful. And then, of course, at the bottom here, he's got for more information, click, and he's got a great link using his keywords. So he did a very good job. We'll just go there real quick, and you'll see it'll take right to his homepage. So very good job on the link there at the very end. So overall, you know, a very good article, just a few minor changes makes it an excellent article. So good job on that one, Zeb. All right, we'll go to the next one. Now, the next one that Zev submitted is Boca Raton, Florida House Cleaning Services. So that's a great title. Works very well. As I was going through, and my team and I were reviewing this article, though, I want to point something out. I noticed as I was coming through the article that there was this link, you know, and it's a wallpaper, you know, and if I click on that, it's going to redirect me over to this image, and it didn't really make sense to me why that would be in the middle of his article. The other thing I found was another link right here to 4 daily routines, and if I clicked on that, that took me to another website that talks about, you know, cleaning. Right there, that kind of raised a little bit of a red flag for me. So, and my team. So what we did is we took the beginning of this article, I copied it, and if I put that into Google, what we're going to find is that this article actually belongs to someone else. It was actually posted by someone else. And if we look at it, it'll be that site that we were just on. So we'll talk about that for a little bit. What we don't want to do is we don't want to just copy articles from somebody else. And the reason why, as you can see, it just took me a few seconds to be able to find out where this article came from, just by doing a simple Google search. So if I could do that, just imagine how quickly and easily Google can do that. And the problem is, if we're just taking content from someone else and we're just reposting it onto our site, the problem we're going to have is Google's going to realize that, and they're not going to give us the credit for that content. They're going to give the other person the credit for that content. So there's not going to be a whole lot of value for us to take content from someone else and to share it on our site. I mean, it is valuable in that it's valuable information that our could read and find value in, but from a ranking perspective, from us trying to move up in the search engines and get on the first page of Google, it's not really going to do much for us, especially since Google did their Hummingbird release, which that's the whole point of Hummingbird, was to penalize people that were just duplicating content out there and to promote people that were creating original content. So in this case, this is a great article, but the odds of this article ranking very well, it's not going to do much, because Google is going to realize that it's duplicate. So, you know, to address that, so does that mean that you can never share information that someone else has written? No, that's not true. Because Matt Cutts, the Vice President of Web Spam at Google, his whole job is to figure out how to penalize people that are doing it wrong and how to promote people that are doing it right. He released a video that said that, you know, Google has found that 30% of the internet is duplicate content. So they can't penalize everybody if they have duplicate content on their website. That wouldn't be fair, because that's 30% of the internet that'd be knocked out. But what they can do is penalize people that only are producing duplicate content out there, that are consistently just sharing other people's content, because they don't see a lot of value in that. Remember, what Google is looking for is relevant, fresh content that they haven't indexed before. You know, they don't want to index the same thing over and over and over again. They've already indexed it. They don't care about it the second time. They want something new. And it's like a, you know, again, we've talked about the search engines being like a dog. You got to feed the dog something new, you know, every day. That's how the dog becomes your friend. That's how the dog becomes your best friend and puts you on the top pages, you know, of the search engine. It's that new, fresh content you're giving them. So in this case, this article isn't going to have a whole lot of value. So what you can do, though, like let's say you find something that you do want to share, that's great. Share a little bit of it in the article. Like if there's a paragraph that you really like in this article, you know, about speed cleaning tips, you could share a little bit of their content, and then you could write another couple of paragraphs about why you're sharing this information and what's important about this information. So that the majority, 70% of the page, is your original content, and only a very small portion of it might be something that you shared. Now, the other thing to do is, if you really like this article and you think it's great information, that's great. Write your own article about this topic. You know, you can use this article as inspiration for what you want to tell your customers and potential customers, but don't just take the article. Rewrite it in your own words so that value in it, and you'll actually rank, and you'll get the credit for being an original writer. So that's really important, and I wanted to make that point because we do have, you know, we've seen customers that have just taken content and, you know, from other sites, and they just post it. They don't make any changes to it. They're just sharing other people's content, and they don't see the results that our customers see that are producing original content. Because again, you're not feeding Google what it wants. You're just feeding it what it already has. So original content's really important. There's actually some software that we have been testing and that we're going to share with you guys in one of our upcoming webinars that will help you get inspiration from an article and then rewrite the article fairly quickly using your own words. So we will share that with you. It's an article. It's a software that's called The Best Spinner, and it basically lets you take an idea of an article and then rewrite it very quickly in your own words. It helps you come up with the ways, the changes to the words, because sometimes it can be difficult to rewrite something that is, you know, take this an inspiration, like summertime should be full of fun and the sun and lots of relaxation. Well, if I'm trying to write something similar to that, it's going to be hard to do because I just read that. So it may be a little difficult. This software basically gives you ideas of how to change content and write it in your own words. So what we'll do is, in the email that comes out after this webinar, the follow-up email, we'll include a link to that software so that you guys can check it out. And then in one of our upcoming webinars, we will actually go through that software and show, you know, how to use it, what are the best tips and tricks for using it. Like I said, it's a really easy way to change up an article and rewrite it, especially if it's your own original content. So if you write your own article, and you've written an article and it was 6 months ago, you could take that article, put it into this software, and in just a few minutes completely rewrite the article so that it's 60–70% different, and repost that article. So you could actually use past articles that you've written, change them very quickly with the software, and repost them, and it won't be duplicate content. You won't get penalized for it. You'll actually get bonuses from Google for putting out original content. So again, we'll share that with you. So in this case, again, we won't go through this article completely. You know, overall, it's a great article. but there's just not a whole lot of value in there because it's, you know, a duplication of someone else's article. You know, he did down here put his link in and everything, so he did all the right things, other than we just need to make sure that we're writing original content. And you can see the reason why these links are in there is because the person put those links in there in case someone, you know, took a piece of their article and shared it. There would be links going right back to the original author's website. So, all right, we'll move on from that. But again, original content, you gotta do that if you want the results. You know, if you want to dominate the first page of Google and all the things that you're seeing a lot of our customers doing, it's got to be original content. Okay, so we beat that one to death. Let's go on to the next one. All right, the next article is written by Bobby Brewer from Prestige Floor Care. Bobby's been with us for quite a while now. I'd say at least a year to a year and a half, and he's doing a phenomenal job. So I want you guys to take a look at this article. It's really good. You'll notice one thing is different, though, in the very beginning. You can see he's got a title, The Best Carpet Cleaning with No Soap in Scottsdale, Arizona, Phoenix, Mesa, Tempe. Now, you're probably not used to seeing that. And the reason why is in our training, we, as I said earlier in the webinar, we want people to focus and be very specific with the search engines, especially in the beginning, because the search engines don't know you, they don't know your website, and they're trying to determine what they should rank you for and if they should trust you. Because again, it's a trust thing. Their job is to put the most relevant, fresh, good content on the first page of Google and being in Yahoo. And if you give them, you know, garbage content, it makes them look bad when people do searches. And if people don't like the results they're getting, then they're going to go to one of the competitors. So they want to make sure that they can trust you. Bobby has done an amazing job. I looked at his website today. Over 250 pages on his website, which means he's got, you know, probably at least 230 articles and videos that he's posted. So he has a tremendous trust with Google. They trust him, and he's ranking all over the, you know, the first pages of Google for tons of keywords in his different cities. Now, the reason I tell you this is because Bobby has such a trust with Google, and he's done such a good job with Google that they trust him so much, he can do some things that maybe a person who's just beginning would probably not necessarily want to do. And that's like this, where he talks about where he actually has multiple cities in his title, because Google trusts him enough that they will probably help him rank for these different cities, and they're going to give him, you know, it's going to be a little bit easier for him because of that trust than it would be for a new person. So that's why I just wanted to talk about that. Again, you can see he did a before and after picture, which is amazing. I suggest all our customers do that if it fits into the article, because when you look at these two pictures, you know, a potential customer is going to go, wow, yeah, my carpet looks like that first picture, and I want it to look like the second. So it's a sales pitch in and of itself, and a lot of times the pictures can close the sale. So good job with the pictures. If we go down, you can see his article is very good. If we do a quick count of the words, 461, so a great job as far as the length. One thing you'll notice in Bobby's articles is that he tends to highlight some of his more important keywords. So you can see carpet cleaners right there. It's not highlight, I'm sorry, he bolds them. Now, we have several customers that do this, and there's nothing that particularly says that Google is going to give you, that Google hasn't come out and said, well, you're going to get a better value by doing this. But I can definitely say that a lot of our customers that do it are having very good success. So this could be one of those little extra steps, one of those little extra things you do in your articles that can help give you just a little bit more boost in the search engines. I can't say for sure, for certain, that it's going to give you a little extra value, but I can definitely see that our customers that are having success, a lot of them do this. So you can see down here, again, he's got his keywords with his main city, Scottsdale AZ, in the article, which is great. Again, he's got some great content. He's got a lot of his keywords in there throughout the article. He's bolded a lot of that. And then, down at the bottom here, again, he's got a lot of keywords. He's got his company name. He has, he's listed a lot of his services that he does to get a few more keywords in here. The only thing that he's missing on this, the only difference that, or the only change that I would probably make on this is I would look for a place to do that hyperlink, that link that goes somewhere on his website. So depending on where it is, we can look at the different areas. The easiest place I can see to put it would be right here. I prefer it to be down towards the bottom, but if I have to, I can put it up there, or I can always move it down here. So I can always, and if you're struggling finding a place, what you can always do is just put a little paragraph at the end of your article that just says, something like, for all your carpet cleaning needs in Scottsdale, Arizona, give us a call. Okay, and I need to fix but now, just very simply adding that sentence, I have a place to do my link. So I can do that right there. And again, I would just paste in Bobby's URL here. So, I think it's there we go. So now I've created the link there. So other than that, that's about the missing in this article. You can see there's maybe a couple little spelling things. So again, using software to take care of that is a great idea. But other than that, Bobby did a great job on this article. So we'll go ahead and go away from that one, and we've only got one more to do, and then we'll answer a few questions. So again, Bobby here did travertine restoration in Mesa, Arizona, Tempe, Scottsdale, Gilbert, Paradise Valley. He's got his keywords. He's got highlighted words. A lot of his keywords is city and state highlighted, or not highlighted, bolded throughout the article. And the word count obviously is great. He's got plenty of words. He probably could have split this one into two if he wanted to. And we'll go down. Again, I can see Mesa, Arizona throughout here. And again, the only thing I would maybe change is just doing the link. So in this one, here's a perfect one right here. Polish and Sealing Company in Mesa, Arizona. Does this link right there. And he's good to go. So again, overall, a very good article. Again, he's able to focus on maybe a few more cities. He can get away with it because Google has a really good relationship with him, and he's just ranking all over the place for his keywords. So that's the last article I wanted to review. Now we'll open up the last few minutes to answer questions. But again, I hope this was helpful for you guys. I hope you saw what's important in an article. Again, everybody did a really good job today. It was just minor tweaks, but those little tweaks can make a difference. So, really try to apply these into your articles going forward. Kelly, we'll go ahead and bring you on. Are there any questions that we can answer?
Hi, Troy. We only have one question so far. It's from Jim, and this is a question we get from a lot of our customers. He wants to know if it's better to post more articles or more videos.
All right, Jim, that is a great question, and it's a very popular question. So when it comes to posting articles or videos, what we always suggest in the beginning is that you post about 50-50. Post half articles, half videos. And the reason why we say that is because we've got hundreds of clients that are all through the United States, Canada, the UK, Russia, Australia. So we get to see how these search engines react for tons of different types of businesses, and also the same type of business in different areas. And what we've seen as we kind of monitor this is that the search engines do not react the same in every situation. We may have a carpet cleaner that's in California that his videos tend to rank very quickly, and quicker than his articles do, and that's great. But then we may have another carpet cleaner that's in Florida that is posting articles and videos as well, and his articles tend to rank a little bit faster, or quite a bit faster, than his videos do. And I think what it boils down to is Google is, again, trying to find relevant, important, pertinent content that they can share. And in one area, they may be looking for more written content, versus another area, they may need more video content. So they may reward you differently depending on what they need. So in the beginning, it's always nice to give them a 50-50 split so that you can see what works better in your area, because you may have competition that is putting out articles but are putting out no videos, so your videos rank really quickly. Or it may be the opposite. You have competitors that are supplying videos to Google, but they aren't putting any new written content out there, so you're going to get rewarded for that. So again, always try to start out with an even split on your articles and videos, and then as you see what ranks better, you can slowly adjust one way or the other, but you never want to go away from completely one side. So you never want to just stop writing articles and do videos, or the other way around, because you do need both. Google wants to see both on your site. So I hope that answers your question. Anything else, Kelly?
There is one more question. Chris says that his homepage is ranking fabulously, but not his article or videos pages. Is there anything specific that he can do to get them more visibility?
Okay, so there's not really anything more that you can do, Chris, other than just keep posting the articles and videos. That's awesome that your homepage is ranking. That's great. I love that. What you'll see is, and what we see with the majority of our customers, is the homepage will rank, but the search engines will also rank the actual individual articles and the individual video pages. So you'll start to see those in the results as well. And really, there's nothing you can do to try and trick Google. It's just a matter of putting out consistent, fresh content on a regular basis, and they will pick those up, they will index those, and you will see those in the results as well as your main website.
Those are all the questions that we have.
All right, is that it, Kelly?
Yep, that's it.
Okay, perfect. Well, again, I want to thank everyone for coming. We're right on the hour mark, so we did a really good job keeping this into the 60-minute mark. If you have any questions about your articles, your videos, we have additional webinars, we have additional training that you guys can watch, and again, we're always happy to work with you as well. Because the key to success with the Postplace and the marketing system is pushing this information out and pushing it out correctly. So again, anything we can do to help you, just let us know, and I hope you found this webinar helpful. So we'll see you guys on the next one.